afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are pleased to present to you today the second group of inductees to the Warren Sports Hall of Fame, preceding today's great game between Collins and Harding. First of all, I would like to introduce to my right Dave Mock, who is the athletic director of the Collins School System, and Pat Giuliano, the coordinator of athletics for the Warren City School System. We take this occasion, both of them, to extend their congratulations on behalf of both of the school districts involved here today to this year's honoree. Again, we have a number of outstanding former Warren athletes and contributors to the sports scene in Warren, who have also been most successful in their respective pursuits in life.
First and goal.
First of all, to my right, and if you'd all step forward when I call your name, is James Caffey. James is here today as the nephew of the deceased Charlie Caffey. All of us in Warren who knew Charlie loved him. Charlie has been known to Warren as Mr. Baseball for his contribution to the sport. He had a jovial and lighthearted manner and a smile that was infectious. For more than 50 years, Charlie was associated with baseball here as a coach, manager, scout, and sponsor of teams in the Warren AA League. He also coached basketball, softball, and American Legion football. The Perkins Park baseball field was renamed in his honor in 1966. And August 20th, 1967 was designated as Charlie Caffey Day in Warren. Previous inductees to the Warren Hall of Fame played for Charlie, and they included Bill White, Ed Strauss, and Paul Warfield. Dave Caffey for Charlie Caffey. Let's hear it. Next, I would like to present to you Jim Gardner, one of Harding's all-time greats and a basketball all-stater. Jim was Ohio's Player of the Year in 1963 and was named to Scholastic Magazine's All-American team as a senior. He captained two Harding teams, high scoring records in career points, 1,388, a season high mark 651 points, and a single game high of 44 points. During his Baptist College career, Jim averaged over 25 points with a single game mark of 48 points. He received Most Valuable Player acclaim 3 consecutive years. He played in the 1963-64 season at Ohio State before transferring to Baptist College. A Niles resident, Jim is a general foreman at Packard. His wife, Cindy, and he are the parents of 3 children. Jim Gardner. Next we have Paul R. Gore, a 1930.
Harding and Reserve.
quite a record. After his stay in Lakewood, Dick was appointed superintendent of the state of Mississippi schools. Dick is currently executive director of the Martha Holden Jennings Foundation in Cleveland. A real gentleman and just a fine guy, Dick Boyd.
Thank you, Bob. Tonight, I finally caught up with Jim Gardner. For 3 years at Harding High School, I chased this guy up and down the basketball court, chased him up and down the halls to make sure that we got to class. Then he went to Mississippi, and I followed him to Mississippi only to find he didn't go back to Warren. And so tonight, I'm in Warren at the invitation of Jim. It's a great honor to be able to present him. I don't know whether Jim Gardner is the greatest basketball player to come out of Warren or not. But if he isn't, then I want to see the one who was. Because in his senior year, Jim was selected as the #1 basketball player in the state of Ohio. He did that against a schedule that was the toughest one in Ohio, because we went out of our way to try to find the top teams in Ohio to play when I was here. When you look at Jim, you'd say, well, somebody that big should have been able to do something. If Jim were playing today, the style of basketball we have, I'm convinced he would be a guard. And I really mean that, because we had times when people would put a press on against us, and I'd be forced to have Jim bring the ball up at 6'7". That's how well he could handle the ball. And so it wasn't just the size, it was just great athletic skill that Jim had. I think the other thing that I remember him best for was the tremendous loyalty that this guy had. I think more loyalty than school and family and everybody else, almost anybody that I've ever coached. He thought I was the greatest coach in the world. He was wrong in that. He thought Harding was the greatest school in the world. He thought his teammates were the best coach in the world. And that's a great attribute, I think, for anybody to have. Jim and I could reminisce here all night. I'll tell you one incident before I introduce him. Because he and I were talking about it on the telephone recently. Jim was in the 10th grade, 15 years old. He had some injuries that year, but we floundered. I had some other juniors and seniors. And so at the end of the season, we had won 7 and lost 11. It's the worst regular season record that I had here. Jim got healthy, things began to come together. The last 2 games, we went down to Youngstown, we won the sectional. We went to the district, we won the district. And lo and behold, we're in the Sweet 16 in Ohio. With a record of 12 and 11. Everybody around the state said, what the hell are they doing? With a record of 12 and 11. We, as luck would have it, we went to Kent State and we drew Cleveland St. Joseph's that were 23 and 0. Skinny, fragile Jim played one of the great games of his life at 15 years of age, and with about 30 seconds to go in that game, we were 2 points down and had the ball, and we were probably as good as anybody in Ohio at that time. So Jim, I just want to tell you, it was an immense pleasure for me to coach you, and I think your honoring here tonight was very well deserved.
I'd like to thank Coach Boyd for being here tonight and for all his kind words. I'd also like to thank him for all the things he did for me when I played for him. If you look at Coach Boyd, you would think he was a nice, easygoing guy. That's not the way he was. He was a disciplined coach, strong on fundamentals, teamwork, and effort. run us until our tongues would hang down the side of the mouth. We used to play pickup games against the coaches, and no one could stay with Coach Torrey. He was Mr. Perpetual Motion. He never stood still. He was actually as in good a condition as most of his players, and that's the way the teams played. We were never out-conditioned by anyone. In fact, we won many games being in better condition than our opponents. He used to tell us that practices were for hard work and the games were for fun. So I can honestly say my teammates and myself loved and respected him as a coach in person. He was a great coach. There are a few other people here tonight I would like to pay tribute to. First, my parents. My mother, who was here tonight, and my father, who passed away 3 years ago. Needless to say, they were my biggest fans. They came to every game I played. I can still hear my father yelling in the crowd. He was 6'4", 300 pounds, and a deep, loud voice. Some of the time he was hollering at me, but most of the time he was at the officials. I know my mother is very proud tonight, and I'm proud of you also. I would like to say a few words about some of my teammates. During my first year at Harding in 1961, there were guys like Danny Smith, who currently today is the head coach, head basketball coach at Youngstown Range. There was John Beach and Ernie Robinson, who used to band me around and practice every day. And there was Mike Giants. My senior year in 1963, there was Bill Minch. He was our co-captain quarterback. There was Eric Snyder, who took over the job of bruising me during practice with John and Ernie. And there was Mike Ricchetto, Dick Grosso, and many others. These guys were great athletes in their own right. And without their help, support, and encouragement, I would not be standing here tonight. Even more rewarding than individual accomplishments were our team successes. 2 of the 3 years, our team went to the regional finals at Harding. My senior year, we were 1 win away from going to Columbus. At that time, we registered the best Harding record. We had 23 wins and 4 losses. One thing I do remember is our fans. We used to pack the Warren Field House every game, and that includes the Falcons seats for a lot of them. When we went into the tournaments, they gave us tremendous support. Probably the most memorable times for me in high school were the tournament times during my sophomore and senior year. Coach didn't have an exact answer, but it was close. My sophomore year, we did finish with a disappointing 8-10 record. And we were the underdogs at every tournament game that we played. We beat a real tough Salem team for the district championship who had beat us in the regular season by almost 30 points. The newspapers referred to us as the Cinderella team. And he was right. We lost a real tough game to the Cleveland St. Joseph team in the region. But that was quite a thrill for a young 15-year-old boy. My senior year, we took the opposite role. We were the favorites to win the district. After a come-from-behind win against Salem, it would be a real tough Cardinal Moody team for the district championship. First game in the regional would be an Akron South team in front of 10,000 fans in Cleveland Ring, and that was a real thrill. We lost the next night to a undefeated Cleveland East Tech team. There are a lot of great memories playing for a great school like Warren G. Harding. To be a part of building a tradition of athletic excellence is very rewarding to me. I'd like to close by saying that being selected at Warren Sports Hall of Fame is a great honor for me. I would like to thank Bob Walton for nominating me and for all the members of the Warren Sports Hall of Fame who voted for me. Again, I would like to thank my teammates, fans, my coach, and my parents for all the things they did for me during my time days. I also, again, would like to thank